Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the hangar, the home of the Ballard Bombers, for tonight's doubleheader matchup between the Bombers and the Carlisle Wildcats. I'm your play-by-play commentator alongside my co-host, Tim Davis. And it's a great night for basketball, and especially on the girls' side, we got a great matchup between the Wildcats and Bombers tonight.
Yeah, Bear, we do. It's nice to be back here in the saddle with you. Missed last Friday in that Boone game, but yeah, you're right. This girls' game, I did this game last year. I think you had class, and Macy Comito can play. You've got the stat sheet loaded up here on her, and she's an impressive individual. Just in the one thing I noticed in looking over their roster, they don't have a senior on the roster. So they are underclassmen all the way through, led by Comito. So we'll see how it goes here for the Bombers.
And the Wildcats win the tip, and they'll start off with the possession. And there's Comito right away going to work. Turnaround jumper over Roeder is good. And just like that, already, like you mentioned, Comito making a name for herself.
Right on cue, I guess you could say.
Bombers with the possession. Same starters that we've seen for the last couple games for the Bombers, with Calvert, Levy, Baumgartner, who misses the three right there. Thompson and Roeder.
Good look, though, there for Brooklyn. That's not a bad shot at all. She's got a nice stroke from distance, so you just got to make sure she knows where her place is down there in the post.
Wildcats with the possession. There's Fisher with a three-point shot, and she makes it. Wildcats are 2 for 2 tonight.
Couldn't ask for a better start if you're a Wildcat fan. If you're Coach Floss over there, 2 for 2. Got an easy one, and then the three from Fisher. Bombers need to get a stop, but they need to get a bucket here. Good place to go to there.
Thompson takes to the hoop, gets fouled on the way up, and she will go to the line for 2 free throws. Foul was on number 2, Mally Stoner, her first, team's first, and Thompson goes to the line.
Yeah, if you're the Bombers, if in doubt and you're looking for a bucket, Aaliyah Thompson's a pretty good option, and she has been for a couple years here now for the Bombers.
Makes the first one, averaging almost 20 points a game this season for the Bombers.
She's a stat sheet stuffer, Brock.
That she is, as she goes 2 for 2 on that trip.
Bombers with their little 2-2-1 action here. A little bit of pressure. This is something Coach Anderson likes to do, and he hasn't really wavered from it, even with the lack of depth right now for the Bombers to start the year.
Wildcats do get over half court, and Comito and the Wildcat offense will set up right here. 24 seconds on the shot clock.
Got greatness in the house tonight, Brock. Looks like Peyton Noe's here. Come back up from Arkansas after she's done winning events down there as a freshman. Good to see Peyton.
And a foul off the missed shot. That foul was on Fisher. That's her first, team's second. So 2 quick fouls for the Wildcats. They are up 3, though. Here comes the Bomber offense.
Carlisle kind of in this pack line defense where they give the pass, the open pass away, but then they close it out, and they're trying to prevent the drive, and then they prevented the back cut there. Comito with a steal. She is just everywhere.
And on the other end, the Wildcats looking to extend their 3-point lead inside. That shot is no good from Ramsey. Offensive rebound and a foul on the second shot attempt for the Wildcats, and Fisher will go to the line. Levy with the foul, her first.
I got that one on Levy, and that's the kind of thing that'll drive Coach Anderson crazy, is those second and third chances. And we've talked about it last year, and even the first girls game we did against DCG. The amount of possessions that comes to is you can be a lot less efficient on the offensive side with more possessions. And offensive rebounds and turnovers are the things that lead to those extra possessions. So the Bombers got to clean that up as they trail 7-2 here early.
After the 2-for-2 trip from Fisher, the Wildcats are now up 7-2 here early on. Levy with the ball over to Thompson on the right side. Roeder gets it, swings it back to the right side, this time to Calvert. They try to give it down low to Thompson on the low post. Loose ball out of bounds, and it will be Carlisle basketball.
Yeah, that was a bit of a force there from Kylie. One dribble down to that right side, get her a better angle. And that's just an angle thing that she tried to force it to her. There wasn't one there, and here comes Comito beating the pressure on her own.
Wildcats with the ball, up 5 early on. Down low to Fisher. Her post shot's no good. Rebound by Baumgartner.
Really good rotation there from Roeder on the backside to contest that shot, and Baumgartner got the ball up high and didn't bring it down.
Calvert misses the first 3 attempted of the night for her.
That is something we don't see very often, Brock, and there's something to be said for that, because she can flat out fill it up, shoot the lights out of the gym when she gets hot.
And after the block shot from Baumgartner, the Wildcats do recover. They'll set up with 20 seconds on the shot clock.
The thing about Carlisle is they've got about 3 or 4 girls that can shoot it from distance. They like to play that 5-out style, so it makes our bigs kind of guard. There's a Comito with a deep.
What a shot from Macy Comito.
She shot that one from Kelly, Brock. I mean, it was on the floor, but it felt like that's how far away she was, too.
Thompson looking to respond with a 3 of her own. And she hits it.
Anything you can do, I can do better. Thompson looking to jump this here on the pressure. That's the thing about the Bombers' pressure, is they got to make buckets to get into it, right, to kind of force the issue. But when you can't make shots, you can't put pressure on. So got to make buckets to get the pressure applied.
Wildcats up 5 with 15 seconds on the shot clock. Comito dribbling around Roeder. Over the right corner is Stoner. 8 seconds now. Off the cut is Comito. Kick out. Working around to the top of the perimeter for 3 is no good from Ramsey's.
Good block out and rebound there by Brooklyn Baumgartner. Little Windex girl cleaning the glass.
And there's Calvert wide open for three, unable to get it to go. Rebound by Comito. Great find from Thompson, just unable to get that three.
Yeah, you nailed it there, Brock. Beautiful pass cross court, just no legs on that one for Kylie.
Another offensive rebound. Ramsey's shot is no good. Rebound by Thompson. Great effort there on the defensive end. Here come the Bombers. Thompson at the top of the perimeter, slows it down now over to Baumgartner on the right side. Calvert fires the corner three. This time she hits it.
There we go.
Kylie Calvert with the three-point shot.
1 for 3, and that gets you in the Hall of Fame in Major League Baseball, Brock. And if she keeps shooting it like that, we'll be just fine. We'll take it at 33% clip from the three-point line.
Wildcats looking to respond here. And that take leads to a foul call. Emma Pitts on the drive. We'll see who gets called for the foul. There was 2 Bombers in the area. It looks like Thompson will be called for her first foul.
You know, that was almost a little bailout action there. It felt like Pitts was a little bit out of control, kind of flipped it up there and banged some bodies and got the foul call, but not my favorite call tonight. I will tell you this, though, Brock. Throughout the last year that we've been doing this officiating crew probably has the fullest head of hair as a group that we've seen in my time being up here in the booth.
That's a good point.
I mean, really, and because it's a stressful job, I feel like. So these guys, they got some nice flow, some good locks. Younger guys, that's good to see. We got young guys back in the officiating game. We know that that's a struggle all over the nation trying to find officials. And we got all kinds of good ones right here in the crowd. Just ask them.
Well put. Bombers with the ball after Pitts' 2-for-2 trip from the line. Baumgartner loses the pass, out of balance, and it will be Wildcats basketball.
Soft fingertips and them volleyball fingertips, you know, just them soft ones just to tip it around. And she needed to have them strong fingertips, fingertip push-ups. Herman Moore used to do those all the time. Remember Herman Moore, Brock? Played for the Lions, wide receiver. He played before you were born. Yeah. Oh, man.
As that missed three from Stoner, offensive rebound by Pitts.
That's the Pitts is what that is, giving up that offensive rebound. But Kylie's there to make it tough on him.
Comito, after the recovery there with 10 seconds left, thought about the three over to the right corner is Freeman, who just checked in a couple seconds ago. Pitts to Freeman over the top of the perimeter. 15-footer is no good from Logan Brown. Here come the Bombers in transition. Levy looking to give it to Baumgartner, does. Back to Levy inside. That layup is good.
Oh, the little give and go action there. I like that. That's old school basketball. Get it to the post. Cut off the post to the rim and get a layup. Nice action there for the Bombers. She walked with that one.
That walk against number 21, Olivia Freeman, who just checked in, like I mentioned a couple seconds ago, along with number 50, Logan Brown.
Yeah, Carlisle looks like they play about 7 or 8, and the Bombers are still kind of in that, 6-7 range when they have to. Levy with a nice drive there and a little teardrop for two.
2 straight possessions for Levy, leading to a 2-point shot, and now the Bombers have it tied up. Inside, the Wildcats get it. Kick out, there's Comito. Likes to pull the trigger from 3, instead drives in and draws a foul. That's number 2 on Thompson right there.
That is 2 on Thompson, and that is not what we like to see if you're a Bombers fan. And Aaliyah says, no, I'm good, Coach. Coach says, no, you're not. Too much game left. They didn't get her subbed out, though, but we're watching. Brock, right now, I don't feel like our sense of urgency on the defensive side is very good. We're kind of fouling. We got one there on Freeman. That helps us to get Thompson out of the game. But giving up offensive rebounds and not being the first one to the basketball is something that the Bombers typically don't do for Coach Anderson.
Definitely out of the norm for the Bombers here, as it's tied at 12 with 1:44 left in the first quarter. Had a slow start against Boone last week, but also ended up pulling out a huge victory. 65-17 was the final score. So while that score may be deceiving, it was a close start as Baumgartner gets that 15-footer.
Yeah, speaking of soft touch, there's Brooklyn just kind of curled it right over the front of the rim with that backspin. Kind of good-looking stroke for a 6'3" post girl.
Bombers get their first lead of the night with that bucket from Baumgartner. Here come the Wildcats looking to respond. Comito on the left side, guarded by Landy, blows by her. That floater's no good. Rebound by Brooklyn. Baumgartner outside the perimeter.
She can make that shot, Brock.
This Levy says, how about I take that
How
one?
about I take that from Slater, Brock? And I think she hit that one from the Nighthawk.
Bombers are starting to feel it on the offensive end. The Wildcats miss another shot. And here come the Bombers. 5-point lead, 40 seconds left in the first quarter, and a travel called off the catch from Landy. Jada Landy just checked in a couple seconds ago, gets called for that travel.
Like I said, I was gone last week. Was Jada back last week?
First game back for the season.
Okay. She's coming off of a shoulder injury, I think, and you can kind of tell by the way she's running. Maybe she's maybe a little bit hesitant about just being back in live action, right? It's always kind of tough to blow the dust off, but there's no dust on that jumper. Woo!
Camito has 7 already tonight for the Wildcats. They trimmed the deficit to 3. Bombers looking to respond here with the shot clock turned off, so they'll probably hold it for the last shot here.
Coach Anderson is barking. He wants to get one, and he wants to make it a good one.
Calvert will hand it to Levy. 10 seconds left. Now the Bombers will run their offense. Levy calling for a screen. Instead finds Landy, who will fire a 3. No good. A rebound by Camito, and that should do it for the first quarter of play.
Not a bad look there from Jada Landy to end the quarter.
17-14 is the score at the end of the first quarter here in the hangar. Got a good game on us. And speaking of a good game, not necessarily a game, I guess, but a good time. The flyby coming up here in January 7th. We got a great show. Why don't you share a little bit of the details that we got coming up here?
Yeah, man, this is kind of you know, we've kind of been building them throughout the year. This will be our fifth volume, 5th episode. We've had some good guests that they've kind of come from all over the place, but this one's got really a local flair and feel with it. We got Sam Peterson, Ballard alum, playing baseball over at Iowa. So far has had an outstanding career. I believe he's in one of the top 200 or 250 players right now. I think he went down and played in the Cape Cod League this summer. I think he had a really good summer down there. And then we got his teammate, Brody Brecht, plays for the Iowa Hawkeyes as well. Pitcher, came from Ankeny High. And the last draft that I had seen, or prospective draft order, they had Brecht going as high as 7 in the first round. So exciting things. We've got a gentleman coming from Exile Brewing. So we've got a nice group, but Sam and Brody obviously are kind of must watch. We've got some things going on when you get a ticket. I believe you get an autographed either baseball or a picture or some sort of autograph that comes with it. We've got plenty of seats available, but they are going fairly quick. It should be a fun show, Brock. Looking forward to talking to 2 premier Division I athletes.
Second quarter started here. Bombers up 3. Landy looking to start off with a hot shot. No good. Rebound by Pitts.
I'm going to tell you this. No fear from Jada Landy. That's 2. She's just pumped up there. And I'll tell you what. Carlisle attacks the basket, draws the fouls. They'll be going to the free throw line for the 3rd time, I believe, tonight. 3rd or 4th time. I don't believe Ballard's attempted maybe but 2. So aggressiveness, right? And this is what we saw last year out of Carlisle, because they did beat us last year down there, and then they played us fairly tough last year. Last year in the game here, Camito got in foul trouble. She got in foul trouble early, and that really took the wind out of their sails. And she's obviously their leader on the offensive end.
Goes 1 for 2 on that trip at the line. Here come the Bombers.
Which that is somewhat of an oddity, shooting 90% clip from the free throw line, right, Brock?
Definitely a rare instance of Macy struggling from the shooting perspective.
No kidding.
Thompson missed that last shot. Now the Wildcats will set up their offense. They can take a lead with a 3, but also tie it up with a 2, and Pitts decides to tie it up with that layup.
And they did. That's just a little 1-4 high action, a little horns action, and that back cut off of that pass to the elbow. It's basic principles, but it compromises the defense because it doesn't really allow for the help. Roeder there for 3. A lot of buckets being scored right now, Brock. This is a fairly high-scoring game.
We got a really good game on top of us right now. 20-17. Pitts traveled, and the officials will call it there.
Yep, it is that time of year to kind of take some of those holiday vacations, but you can't travel on the floor, Brock. See what I did there?
I see what you did there.
All right, just making sure. I have been with you for about a month here. I know you've been missing me up here.
Oh, it was rough last Friday calling the game by myself. Roeder fires a corner 3, no good. Rebound by Pitts. Wildcats can tie it up here with a 3. as Macy tries to find it inside. That was a great pass, just a little late in reaction is Fisher, and it goes out of bounds, and it'll be Bombers ball.
Yeah, really good look. Just she wasn't really ready for it.
And this Wildcat team has been very impressive the last year or so. 15-8 last season. First winning record since the 17-18 season for them, which is a great sign as Calvert barely misses that three, hits every part of the rim and out.
Holy smokes, that was everything but down there, Brock. And the crowd is like us, and you know, we're calling the game, but we're just very surprised, and that's a really good call on that offensive moving screen there. That's on Fisher. I think that's her second. But you know, we expect it to go in every time Kylie shoots it. That's a lot of pressure on an 18-year-old girl, but on anybody. But we've seen it so often, and she gets hot and can fill it up and score bunches of points in a hurry, and you love to watch it.
I mean, when she's hitting it from the three-point line, it's really hard to beat the Bombers team as Baumgartner fires a three of her own and makes it from the left side.
That's a good-looking stroke there from Brooklyn. She's having a nice evening so far for the Bombers. Solid 5, and she can make that shot, and it's going to make her really hard to guard, Brock.
Comito's 15-footer's no good. Rebound by Calvert. Calvert looking to go quickly, gives it up to Baumgartner. She has a 1-on-0 fast break. Layup no good. Rebound by Thompson. Kick out. Calvert misses another three.
Now we're going to stop talking about it. We're not going to bring it up anymore. We're going to put the reverse jinx on her. We're going to make everyone from here on out. But not a bad look at all. On that one, you'd like to see Brooklyn jump stop down there. Gather herself and give herself a little touch. Remember, she took the year off last year, so some of those things that a nice little move there by Pitts.
Pitts goes up and under, makes the layup, trims the deficit to 4.
Yeah, a little up and under is nicely said and well done.
Thompson's take is no good, but she gets a foul called, and she will go to the line for a pair of free throws.
Seeing some basketball plays right now, Brock.
Stoner with the foul. That's her second. Team second. Thompson to the line. Shooting around 77% heading into this game. And that is completely my fault right there.
Yep. Yeah, that's on you. That's on you. Folks, we're trying to get settled in here. We've got 3 straight home games coming up here, so kind of bear with us. We did the DCG game really early in the year. That was the one on the 17th of November or something like that, or 19th.
Something like that.
Seems like an eternity ago.
Thompson goes 1 and 2 on that trip. And a timeout called by the Ballard Bombers. 24-19, they lead it here inside the hangar in this Raccoon River Conference battle. And we mentioned earlier, this Carlisle team is very young, had a great season last year, had some seniors last year graduate, but still 15-8. Right now they are 1 and 3 on the year. It's not necessarily a great start, but they're playing against some good teams.
Yeah, you know, they've lost by 5 to Des Moines Christian, who's perennially a pretty good team year out. They built a nice program down there. North Polk, we know all about North Polk. I mean, they're going to be there at the end of the year again. They were in the state championship game last year. They lost to a Pella team by 11. Not really sure on Pella. However, traditionally, you look at Pella, they're pretty solid in all facets in all sports. So 3 losses, yeah, but maybe better than what their record shows, I would say. And we're kind of seeing it here tonight. Even though the Bombers lead by 5, I feel like it's closer than that right now.
Wildcats with the possession after the timeout. Here's a 3-point shot from the left side that falls for Pitts.
Oh, Pitts. Oh, Pitts on that one, Brock, if you're a Bombers fan. But the Wildcats, you'll take it.
Baumgartner 3, no good. Rebound by Pitts, man. I tell you what, we talked about Macy Comito heading into this one. Emma Pitts has been everywhere in this quarter of play.
Yeah, she really has. She's kind of quietly just kind of does her thing and just plays hard too.
Thompson pressuring. Leads to a bad pass and a steal. Levy on the fast break. Layup is blocked, but a foul called. That was a really close call there. It'll be against Comito, though.
I'm going to tell you right now, Coach Flaws has got to be careful. He got the old look back over the shoulder after the foul call. Coach was wanting the timeout over here before the turnover. Got the layup. Comito doesn't like to get the foul on Comito, but he got a reaction out of the gentleman over there in stripes.
Levy misses the first free throw. And number 25, Casey Rigby, will check in for Roeder.
Levy got that one.
1 for 2 on that trip. Bombers lead by 3. Comito with the ball, top of the perimeter.
Comito
fires at the Pitts. And another 3 for
Pitts, boy.
Emma Pitts.
Whoo, mama.
She's got 10 this quarter.
She's filling it up right now. You were spot on that one, Brock. And now it's no longer a quiet 7. It's a loud 10 after that 3.
Thompson takes to the hoop. Great defense there from Brown. Just stood straight up, able to affect that shot and tip it.
Yeah, and Ali is playing with 2 fouls right now, too. So
here's Pitts, top of the perimeter, over to the corner. 3:15 left in the half, tied up at 25. Comito on the right side. Kick out is Ramsey. Down low to Brown. It's tipped around. Brown recovers. She puts up a layup and gets it to go over the tall Brooklyn Baumgartner.
yeah, boy, that's a nice play there from Logan Brown, the 6'2 junior.
Wildcats retake the lead. Levy, top of the perimeter, fires a 3 off the pass from Calvert. No good. Rebound by Comito. You can feel the momentum swinging over to the Wildcats side as Comito's inside. Turns, puts up a shot, and is called for a travel. I will say, you know what? She's kind of lucky she didn't get called for an offensive foul. She leaned it with the short shoulder, so you know what? A travel call may have been the better option.
I agree. If you're a Wildcat fan, you don't like the travel, but it's much better than the foul. You're absolutely correct, because she does not need 2 here if you are a Carlisle Wildcat fan. But I don't know if she traveled or not, and sometimes it's just you kind of get lost in the sauce if you're an official because you're not sure what you're seeing and your eyes are playing tricks on you.
Baumgartner misses the 3. Comito again with the ball.
Well, that's the 4th or 5th one, Brock, that we have had go down and come back out again. Rattle around. Maybe there's something with this rim down here. Maybe we should have them check it at halftime if it's equal or not. Were you pregame dunking?
You know I can't dunk.
Well, I didn't know. I thought maybe you could.
I have a better chance of growing a full head of hair than dunking.
Oh, now come on, Bear. Come on now. That is true. They got medicine for that. I don't know if they got medicine for dunking.
25-27 is the score here. Timeout called from the Wildcats. But, yeah, it's been a very, very entertaining game. I mentioned it. We both mentioned it heading into this one that is probably going to be a tight one. And so far tonight, both teams have delivered.
Yeah, it's lived up to the billing, or at least the billing that we were texting about it earlier today. And kind of what some of the guys around the state that kind of know what they're talking about, they looked for the same thing. And it's kind of a – Carlisle's got Pitts and Comito, and then they got some others, but those are the 2. And Ballard's got Thompson and right on cue, that's Freeman for 3. But the Bombers go with Thompson and Levy and then maybe Calvert. But girls that aren't used to having to do what they've had to do this year. And we talked about first game of the year against DCG. So I feel like we're still kind of trying to get settled in, but we're a month into the season now, and we need to know what's going on.
Cross-court pass to Rigby to the left side. 15 seconds on the shot clock. Bombers down 5. Baumgartner fires the 15-footer off the rim and out. Here come the Wildcats up 5, gaining some more momentum.
And that's not a bad shot from Brooklyn, but they're obviously giving it to her. The scouting report is leave her open from 15 out, and Comito draws the foul there.
Foul against Baumgartner, her first.
I feel like right now, if we go back, we watch this first half here at halftime, Carlisle taking it to the basket, getting some kick-out threes, Bombers settling on a lot of stuff from the 15-foot and out mark right now, which isn't conducive to going to the free throw line, and it just kind of doesn't get you in the flow of the game if the shots don't go in the hole.
Comito goes 2 for 2 on that trip. 1:30 left in the half. Bombers down 7 now. And a travel called against Roeder. And the Wildcats will have a chance to actually make it a double-digit deficit.
They kind of snuck up on us here, Brock. We were up 5 early, and since then, I believe we were 24-19. I
think you're about right.
That's a 12-1 run and make it 14.
Pitts again.
She
12.
is the Pitts right now if you're a Bombers fan.
12 points this quarter from Emma Pitts.
And
Down low to Baumgartner.
She's done it from everywhere.
Thompson off the pass from Baumgartner, no good. A rebound by Pitts. Less than a minute to go now in this first quarter. And a double dribble called against Pitts. So that might be the break the Bombers need. Don't need to tie it before halftime. Just get a couple buckets.
We need a bucket desperately and a stop. Again, and we're going to talk about this all year, is a stop and a bucket and a stop and a bucket, and now the game's right back where you want it to be. But we got to take care of the basketball and score the basketball.
Levy fires a long three. That's the way the Bombers want to roll, with that three from Reagan Levy.
I mean, that thing's 25 feet, 24 feet out there, and that's the Caitlin Clark effect. If there is one in high school ball right now, it may not be with the numbers, but it's with the distance from which girls are shooting the basketball with confidence.
About a 3-second differential from shot and game clock. So it looks like the Wildcats will hold it here, probably for one last shot.
That's pretty good on the fly math there, Bear. You just took that all by yourself at that 3-second differential. Camito lowers that shoulder again, no call.
4 seconds, and that shot clock goes off. So 3 seconds. The Bombers will have a chance to get something up.
See if Coach Anderson has something drawn up here. Carlisle looking to get a sub in real quick.
They'll take Camito out. Probably the smart move so she doesn't pick up another foul.
Yes, sir. I agree with that move. Good move there by Floss.
3 seconds. Here comes Levy. Thompson from half court. Doesn't get it to go, and that will do it for the first half. Your Bombers are trailing in this one. 28-34 is the score in favor of the Carlisle Wildcats here inside the hangar.
Tale of two quarters there, Brock. You know, as we kind of break it down here before we take a step away, the Bombers, it was kind of ugly early, and then we took the lead and thought, okay, here we go. And then we were giving up some offensive rebounds. We turned it over, and we got cold from distance. I think we went about probably about 5 straight minutes without getting a bucket. They went on that 14-1 run, and it's kind of where we're at. I mean, to be down 6, it was a big 3 by Levy there to end the half, and then not getting even a look there. But I feel like this game is just kind of blah right now. I mean, it's a pretty good basketball game, but I feel like the Bombers, we just don't have that intensity, that, hey, let's go get it, take it to them, get a loose ball, get a rebound, get an offensive rebound, get an and one, kind of get the mojo going here. So we got to find something in the locker room, or Carlisle's good enough, and Camito hasn't even really she's been hurting us a little bit. Like you mentioned, it was Pitts in the second quarter. She just went bananas in that second quarter.
We'll take a quick break, come back and do another little recap of the game, and then get into the second half of play. 28-34, your Bombers trail here against the Carlisle Wildcats here on the Ballard Network, presented by Flight Bar. 34-28 here inside the hangar. The Carlisle Wildcats lead it against the Ballard Bombers in this Raccoon River Conference battle. And when you look at it, it's been a different Bomber team than we're used to seeing heading into this game. They were first in Class 4A in efficiency field goal percentage and even, 11th in the state for three-point percentage. But tonight it's been opposite for Bomber shooting.
Yeah, there's kind of been a lid on the basket, and it's not even so much we've seen them roll around and go down and come back out, and we've had about 4 shots like that. We've had really good looks, like really good open looks, and I think Coach Anderson's good with the looks that we're getting. I think sometimes it maybe is there one that we could get better as far as maybe getting it to the post, getting a post entry, getting something going to the basket. You can't really argue, though, when you get Kylie Calvert open for 3 or Levy from distance. Those are pretty high percentage shots. Brooklyn Baumgartner's made a 3. She's made a 15-footer. Her bread is buttered down in the post. She's 6'3", maybe even pushing 6'4", and she's got pretty good touch. But Aaliyah Thompson is the one that we've got to get going. She got foul trouble. She sat the last about 2:45 of the first half. So we get Aaliyah going here in the third and see what can happen. But Camito really hasn't gotten going for them on the Carlisle side.
That's what's scary.
That is, and that's, you took the words out of my mouth, Brock, because it's kind of where we were going with that, is that Pitts, like you mentioned it, and it was a quiet 7, allowed 10, and then it went to 12, and it was on the going to the basket. It was 3-point shots, different things. So we've got to get some shots to go in, maybe put a little pressure on them, get the ball out of Camito's hands. Because the nice thing about Mace Camito is she doesn't have to control the game with just scoring. We saw her made a nice pass to Fisher, just went off her hands, really wasn't ready for it, but she can control the game and the tempo without having to score. However, for the Bombers right now, we get a couple to go down and we see the ball go through the hoop. Things are going to be different for us. The defensive side of the ball, don't give up offensive rebounds, right? No second chance points. We've talked about it. That's kind of our thing that we say up here is finish the possession with a rebound. And that didn't happen. It kind of came back to bite us in the butt a little bit. But, new half, and we'll see what we can do here.
And you mentioned Camito's dominance even when she's not scoring. She's averaging almost 5 assists a game. So if there's a player in the Raccoon River Conference that has that effect, that Caitlin Clark effect, where, she can score, but even when she's not scoring, she's helping her teammates.
Yeah, she has an influence on the game in multiple ways, right? Yep, for sure. Absolutely.
Only had 10 points in the first half, which, again, still very impressive to have.
Right.
But Emma Pitts has kind of been the story so far for Carlisle, who had 12 points in the second
Bombers
quarter.
come out in a 2-3 zone look here, Bear. And then a double dribble right there, but I think we missed it.
There's Stoner. Gives it to Camito. 18 seconds on the shot clock. Tough pass over to Pitts. Back to Camito. Handoff over the 10 seconds on the shot clock. Camito pulls up for 15 feet. No good. Rebound by Thompson.
And, we finished the possession with a rebound, and sometimes when you're not a zone team and you play zone, it's a hard thing to do is to rebound out of that zone.
And that's what the Bombers wanted to do right there, but there is Stoner with the block over Thompson.
Yeah, she stoned that one, you could say, on Thompson.
Inside. Shot is sent back from Baumgartner. Calvert picks up the rebound. Here come the Bombers.
First trip, we went right into the post there to Thompson and got a good look, but she couldn't finish it, Brock.
2 good defensive possessions to start out the quarter for the Bombers. Looking to get it going on the offensive end. Baumgartner inside. Her layup is good.
That's what the doctor ordered right there, Brock, was something to the basket, something simple. 2 straight trips. We're 1 for 2, and this zone is wreaking a little bit of havoc here for Carlisle because it's making them think more than just play.
Ramsey kicks it to Camito. There is Fisher, and her shot is again sent back by Baumgartner. 2 straight possessions.
It's a nice adjustment from Coach Anderson.
This would be huge, but the 3 from Calvert is no good. Rebound by Pitts. Pitts running up the court.
Really good look there from Kylie.
In transition, Pitts fires a 3, no good. Rebound by Fisher. And Baumgartner's there to come up with the steal. Bombers on the fast break. Levy hands it off. Thompson's shot looked like it was blocked, but the officials call a foul, so Thompson will go to the line. That is Camito who will be called for the foul. That's her second.
Be 2 to the line, but again, that's aggressive play going to the basket for Thompson. Nice find by Levy, but the 2-3 zone is a nice adjustment from Coach Anderson. We've seen Baumgartner with 2 block shots, because even if there's penetration given up, Thompson with a miss, but they still have to shoot it over a 6'3" girl that's pretty athletic in the middle. So going to make it tough on the Wildcats.
Second one from Thompson is also no good. Over 2 on that trip.
Very uncharacteristic there from Aaliyah.
Wildcats still lead by 4. Pitts gives it over to Stoner, top of the perimeter. Bombers in that zone defense has been working so far in the second half as that shot goes in for Ramsey.
Yep, that's a zone buster there, but the one you're willing to probably give up if you're Coach Anderson. Oh, and then we turned it over. Oh, we didn't turn it over.
Ramsey's first bucket of the night. Baumgartner picks up her dribble, looking to give it up. Finds Levy top of the perimeter, 18 seconds on the shot clock. A long 3. That's another long-range 3 from Reagan Levy.
Bear, I think she's made about 100-foot of three-point shots tonight so far.
Looking to help get the Bombers back in it, as on the other end, the Wildcats respond with a shot from Stoner inside her first bucket.
We put the jinx on that zone because it was being effective, and now they're moving it inside out, hit that 3, and they caught a cutter there for an easy one.
Thompson drives in, her layup no good. Able to get past Stoner, just unable to get the layup to go. And here come the Wildcats. Comito, long 3, bounces around and in. And just like that, the Wildcats are now up 9.
Up 9, we're up 4, up 9, and that feathery soft touch from Comito. That one brought rain and hit off the front of the rim and the back of the glass and in. Whew.
That led to a quick timeout called from Coach Anderson and the Ballard Bombers. Wildcats lead 42-33 here. It's been a great game, honestly, on both ends. We've seen some spurts where it's just offense going, and then we've seen a lot of defense, and then we've seen teams bouncing back and forth with the lead.
Yeah, 100%. You know, we saw Brooklyn with a couple of block shots and a steal, and then we got a layup, and we come back and we got a 3 from Carlisle and a layup, and then another 3, and just action-packed, I would say. But for Ballard, if I'm Coach Anderson and I'm over there in the huddle, yeah, we could give up on the zone, and we may have to because we're down 9. But to me, I'm running at those shooters, making them put it on the ground, and no open threes. If they're going to shoot a 3, it's going to be from 28 feet because I want them to go past me and go into Brooklyn and go into Aaliyah and see what they can get done. I'll take my chances there every day of the week. And then on the offensive side, kind of out of sorts. Levy bailed us out with that deep 3, but got to get something going like we saw early in the half. That was like a pass almost to me.
Ball is still loose. Baumgartner comes up with it and draws a foul. So it will be out of bounds play for the Bombers as Landy will check in for Baumgartner. They go small ball here as Logan was called for that foul, her first.
Bear, we need more energy in the gym right now. I don't know what we got to get going here, but it's kind of this pajama. Maybe it's the pajama bottom night. I feel like that's where everybody's walking around in their flannels. Everybody seems like they're in bed. Something to get the mojo going here.
Landy in the corner wide open. Instead of shooting it, she finds Levy, who wants a 3. Unable to get that one to go. Rebound by Pitts.
She shot that one from the Tattered Toad over there in Cambridge. I guess it is Taco Tuesday over there. Never been over there for those, though.
Foul called against the Bombers. That's on Calvert, her first. So the Wildcats are up 9, 4:08 left in the third quarter. Have a chance to make it a double-digit lead with a bucket here.
We need to get a stop. We need to get Aaliyah Thompson going. She's only got 6. She's missed some free throws, missed some easy ones. Needs something to get her going. We need something good to happen here.
Comito driving in on the left side, finds Pitts, top of the perimeter. 3-point shot is no good. Battle around for the ball, out of bounds, Bombers ball. So the shot from Ramsey does not fall. And the Bombers are able to get the benefit of the doubt off of that loose ball.
Yeah, I would say the benefit of the doubt is correct there because I thought that was off of us for sure, Brock. We got a gift there. We got to use it, though. We got to take advantage, right?
Big possession here. Landy finds Levy, top of the perimeter, guarded by Comito. They're trying to feed it down low to Thompson, who gets triple team right away. Kick out Calvert. Back to Thompson. Now Landy. They're just daring her to shoot that three.
She's not even looking at it right now. She's going to have to crank it.
5 seconds on the shot clock. Levy fires a long three. No good. Calvert comes up. Nope. Actually, it's Camito with the rebound.
Kylie kind of gave her a bump, thought she had the rebound, but Camito came out of there with it. Ooh, that was an ill-advised pass.
Pitts saves it, though. Ball is still bouncing around. Landy comes up with it. Here comes Levy. Guarded by Camito. Landy with the offensive rebound. She puts it up, rolls in and out. Rebound by Logan.
Oh, my Lanta, Brock. We can't get one to go. Oh, my Lanta. My mind might need some antacid if we keep shooting it like this. It's making my stomach hurt.
Wildcats still with the lead. Again, they have a chance to go up double digits here with a shot from Pitts inside, and it goes, and there's an 11-point lead for the Wildcats.
You know, Emma Pitts at 5'5" goes in there amongst the 6'1" girls and gets the bucket. That's just inexcusable. That's her being more aggressive to the basket and wanting it more, and we are just soft on everything right now.
Thompson misses that jump hook, and it'll be Wildcats ball.
You know, we kind of played with fire earlier in the game by knocking down some of those deep threes. We're getting a little tired in our legs. We're not getting to the basket. Now we're down 11. We thought 6 was a lot. 11 is more. That's just my math. Tell me if that's correct, Brock. 11 is 11.
I'm no
is
mathematician, but that adds up.
But you are a magician.
That's true.
Aren't you? You always seem to be pulling rabbits out of your hat. Anyway, it's usually backwards, and it's ginormous, by the way.
Yes. For all that knowledge I have.
Yes.
Bombers come up with a steal there. Rigby, who just checked in, able to strip it loose.
Bombers need to win the last 2 minutes of the quarter here, Brock. Get something going positive into the fourth.
Levy finds Thompson over to Baumgartner. They'll reset here, top of the perimeter, 20 seconds on the shot clock.
Out of sorts right now, Bear. Out of sorts. Not sure where we're supposed to be.
Baumgartner finds Thompson, back to Levy over the right wing. Levy looking for something, finds Rigby. Got to put up something here. 3 seconds on the shot clock. Baumgartner tries to put it up. Ball is stripped. Out of bounds.
Be a shot clock violation. They called it out of bounds, so it was no change of possession. Simultaneous, so that's not what we needed to win the last 2 minutes of the quarter, Brock. Man.
Wildcats with all the momentum here. They're up 11. Pitts, kick out over the right wing. Camito.
I like how we're challenging the perimeter right now in this zone, making them think about it, but that right there is a killer.
Camito with a 15-footer.
They've killed us on the high post and the short corner action. This Carlisle team is fundamentally sound, and they know their roles, and that's a big part of it here for Carlisle.
Levy, right wing. Feeds it down low. Thompson looking for something, anything. Baumgartner now guarded by Logan. 15 seconds left. Kick out. Calvert misses the three. Rebound by Pitts.
That's the Pitts that we missed that one. I keep using that, Brock, but it's an easy one to use because they've got the Pitts and we've got the Pitts, if that makes sense.
Been struggling so far in this third quarter. They're going to be down heading into the fourth as the Wildcats are looking to hold it for the last shot. 2-second differential between shot and game clock.
Damn, what the old board across the way here, Brock, on the scores table. Really lighten the floor up over there.
Camito's three's no good. Rebound by Thompson. 2 seconds left. Shot will not count. And that will do it for the third quarter of play. 46-33. Carlisle leads it here inside the hangar. Your Bombers are down, but are not out. Real quick, I want to give a shout out to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club for all their support in Ballard Athletics as well as the Ballard Network. As many of you know, they support basically anything involving the athletics department when it comes to equipment, jersey needs, as well as all the equipment that we use for the Ballard Network has been funded thanks to the Ballard Athletic Booster Clubs. One of the things I love pointing out about our broadcast is that the camera that you see during the action is automated, and we have nobody manning that camera, which allows us to stream games that aren't necessarily at the varsity level. So that includes JV games, freshman games. At the middle school, we're able to stream all the middle school games. So anything from the middle school to high school level, thanks to the Athletic Booster Club support of Ballard Athletics we have been able to stream the last couple years. So thank you to the Ballard Athletic Booster Club, and thank you to Flight Bar and Grill for being our presenting sponsor this whole year for the Ballard Network. All of our streams are courtesy of the Flight Bar and Grill.
Yeah.
They help us keep our streams free for your viewing, and without them, we won't be able to do this for free.
Yeah, I mean, they've provided us with a home, I guess you could say, Brock. Matt and Marianne, the folks over there, Katie, Chef Katie, they've done an outstanding job just with the restaurant in general, but like I said, giving us a home and a place to be. But speaking of home, we're home tonight, and we need, I don't know if it's even home cooking or something here, but we got to get going here. And we got, again, I'll mention it, we got to win the first 4 minutes here, and we got to cut it to probably at least 7 for the last 4.
Baumgartner misses the 2-point shot, but Roeder, with the extra effort, comes up with the offensive rebound.
I like that move. A little high-low action there with the 2 posts, and we just can't get anything going.
Here come the Wildcats, again up 13.
It looked like that was Stoner that might have drug her pivot there and got away with the travel, but Camito's going to come out here and direct traffic, and she knows, even just for a sophomore, she understands they're up 13 and they want to get a good one. They force the Bombers to come out and play in this man-to-man now.
Camito crossover inside, turns around, puts up the shot. That is deadly. A shot from Camito.
That is hard to guard because the release point on the shot is up, and you don't see that very often, but that is a hard shot to get a hand up on and even get a chance, and she uses her body so well. We talked about it earlier with kind of that little forearm, shoulder shake.
Levy inside, shot no good. Camito saves it, finds Pitts. Camito and Pitts, man, they have been everywhere and
Camito
anywhere.
And Pitts, that sounds like it should be on the Jersey Shore or something, like a T-shirt stand or maybe a law firm or something. But speaking of the Jersey Shore, right now the Bombers couldn't hit water if they fell out of a boat because we haven't made a shot in an eternity, it feels like.
And a foul called on the loose ball against the Bombers. Wheels are starting to fall off. Thompson called for her third.
Yeah, they are. We've got to somehow, some way battle. Coach Anderson's getting a timeout, and time is not on our side right now, Bear. I mean, it's not really on anybody's side if you want to get really philosophical about it. I mean,
you want to get deep?
Well, it runs out. It's like sands through the hourglass.
Oh, yeah.
So are the days of our lives. You ever watch Days of Our Lives?
No, I can't say I have.
Well, I used to watch it back in the day. I bet Danny did. I bet the producer, he's no longer executive,
he's not executive
after last Friday's snafu. I heard that we forgot to charge the laptop.
Yeah, we didn't charge the laptop, and we missed a dunk. One of the few dunks that we get.
Man,
and
who dunked it?
I was Cogdell.
Oh man, I was watching home. I didn't see it. I thought he just dunked it so hard the lights went out. The lights went out. Well, that's fine. We just,
just producer Dan.
He'll earn it back. He's on the way already, guys. We've got it plugged in. It's not going dead. It's fine. Bears knocking on wood, guys. But I did hear Brock handled it very well, which is more than we could say for this year for the North Polk football game.
Hey, we got the most important part of that entire game. There wasn't much scoring in that game. I think we got still over half of that scoring.
Yeah, and that was thanks to the executive. That was when he was the executive producer back then, and then he got a little comfortable in his job. Let's just say that. When it happens to the best of us, right? We all do. Bombers need to stop here, Bear. We need to stop in the worst way.
Camito gets it in to Fisher. Thompson went straight up, but the official called the foul. And Coach Anderson is not happy. Neither are the Bomber fans. That's for Thompson. And, I mean, I think the Bomber fans have a reason to be upset.
They have a point. Yeah, it's not going on deaf ears up here and we are now on the home side this year. Last year this was the visitors' side. So, I feel like that should have been a jump ball, if anything. So.
0 for 2 on that trip.
Well, what do we say about that then, Brock?
Ball don't lie.
Ball don't lie. There it is. Bear right on cue. He still got it, folks. Now we got to get a bucket. We got to get 3 straight buckets and 3 straight stops, and we'll be right back in this thing. That's not going to help us.
And a turnover off the bad pass from Levy. Camito on the fast break. Layup, pure.
The jump stop and the layup from Camito together is such a veteran move from a sophomore. You can tell she plays a lot of ball because it's kind of like the old hit the brakes and they'll fly right by. That's a 17 and 17 seems almost insurmountable right now. When was the last time we scored, Bear?
That's a good question. We haven't scored this quarter.
We haven't scored this quarter, and I think it was with about 3 minutes to go in the third. So we're on a drought.
Foul was on Stoner, her third, but Bombers still down.
I feel like we're riding through the desert on a horse with no name.
Levy, long three, hits another one. That might be what the Bombers need to hopefully get back in this game.
We found an oasis out there in the desert, Brock. We may be back. There's life breathed back into us.
Still a long way to go as Pitts drives in. Stripped and fouled on the take before the shot, though.
Yeah, it was on the ground. But the thing that I wish I think that we need to do a better job of, quit playing with our hands so much out front, and if we get beat, know that we got help behind us. You know, trust in that and see what happens, because we see it all the time in NBA, right? And NBA is a completely different game, but even in college, those guys that are rim protectors, those people that are rim protectors, they're worth their weight in gold a lot of times. And we've got two of them right there. That's a travel. You can't do that. Bear's giving the travel sign up here, folks. He was all over that one. Like I said, we're short on officials throughout the country, and there's at least 35 great ones right now in the crowd.
One few times. Usually they call something that isn't a travel, and I know because I'm a big guy, so I know what it's like to go straight up and someone jumps and doesn't do anything. As Baumgartner hits the three.
Baumgartner, bomb diggity. I want to kind of give a Baumgartner shakalaka on that one. It was no. I like it. Well, we got to get another stop here. Rebound this one.
Rebound by Baumgartner. Huge possession, but the Bombers turn it over, and
that's a kick right in the pants right there, Brock, because we got the stop, down 11 on the three. Brooklyn got too antsy with it, tried to get it to Levy. Camito comes in there, picks the pocket, steals the ball, and now we three-point play.
What a steal from Camito, looking to convert an old-fashioned three-point play, and does. And big-time players make big-time plays in big-time games.
Just a heady play. You're right. You're absolutely correct. Just a heady play, and it's such a big bucket. And then there's another one from Camito.
Camito taking over the fourth quarter. She gets another two-point shot. Timeout called by the Bombers. It has been all Wildcats, more specifically in this fourth quarter, all Macy Camito. They lead at 55-39.
Camito. She's converted 5 straight on 2 straight steals. We saw her with the spin move jumper in the middle of the lane. Right now, we don't have an answer for Camito. We made 2 straight threes, cut it to 11, got the rebound, turned it over, gave up a three-point play. So really a 6-point trip, you could say. We cut that down to 9 or 8. We got 4 minutes to go. Now we're up against it again here, Brock. It's like we kind of dig ourselves out of the hole. We put a little sand back in it, and then we didn't. And then
that 5-point turnaround from getting that stop, and then Camito with the steal gets the foul, goes to the line, makes it, and then 5 seconds later is able to snatch the ball in midair, go coast to coast.
And empty trips get magnified when the other team scores on the empty trips, right? You can't go with empty possessions and not really even get a look, because an empty possession is you're not even getting a look at it. And so, gotta get something figured out here. It's like Levy needs a break here for the Bombers, and she can't sit very long because she's the one that's not afraid to shoot the basketball when she's open.
She's been the one producing so far tonight, has scored in every quarter for the Bombers. Baumgartner down low, dribble it out on the right side now, top of the perimeter is Calvert. Thompson, who's been very quiet tonight, finds Landy. Back to Thompson, who will try to drive, looking for something on the left side. Draws a foul with 12 seconds on the shot clock.
That looks like that's number 22, the freshman Emily Nelson out there. What a tough matchup for the freshman, but Nelson's held her own tonight against Thompson.
Just shows you how young this team is. They got freshmen in big games, and a lot of them have been making big plays. This is the sophomore Camito, though, who
again
pokes the ball loose.
She's like, you know what she's kind of like? She's like a chameleon. She's everywhere. It's like you can't see her. She blends in, and then out of nowhere, there she is. Camito the chameleon.
Kurt Ferentz is going to be recruiting her to play defense with how she's been able to intercept passes tonight.
Well, it's still not going to help their offense, Brock, but I digress. Anyway, shout out to all the Hawkeye fans out there. It sounds like Tennessee's lost all 6 defensive backs, so look for the Hawks to air it out in the bowl game. Speaking of airing it out, Thompson couldn't find that one.
Less than 4 minutes to go. It's been all Wildcats here.
We had 2 trips where we made 2 threes. Other than that, it has been all Wildcats is right, and it's been this one.
Comito kicks it out. There's Pitts, who's been quiet this half. Travels on that one. So Bombers will get possession here with 3:42 left. And here comes Levy checking back in for Landy.
Right now, we've said it, there hasn't been a lot of energy in the gym. There was. We got the 2 straight threes, and then we got the stop, and then we turn it over, and then Comito just took the air out of it.
Baumgartner's 3 is no good. Rebound by Pitts. Time is starting to run out. I know we've mentioned it a couple times, but it's definitely not on the Bomber side right now. Comito, top of the perimeter, will find Pitts. 19 seconds on the shot clock. Wildcats in no hurry. Just because there is a shot clock doesn't mean the Wildcats can't waste every single second, and it looks like that's what they're going to do.
100%. Running a horns look here with that double high post screen. Brown needs to shoot
put it up. Baumgartner blocks it.
It'd be a shot clock violation there, and it is. That's the 4th block for Baumgartner tonight. Again, rim protector. Length. Wildcats got out of sorts there on that horns look. They tried to run that double high screen to give Comito an option, and it just wasn't there.
Bombers need to go quick.
Excuse me, Brock. The other thing I really like about Emily Nelson, she's kind of got a rec specs on. You know, not quite the full rec specs like James Worthy, AC Green look, Horace Grant. Did you wear the rec specs back when you played?
I actually didn't wear glasses until senior year of high school.
No kidding. What? You just didn't need them, or you didn't want them?
I guess I didn't realize how blind I was.
Oh,
which I'm not terribly blind, but
okay. There's Comito again, and she's fouled by Baumgartner. Brooklyn a little aggressive, but again, Comito the aggressor. She can morph into about whatever you need her to do. I mean, you've got the stat sheet here in front of us, and you had to take the print a little smaller to get all the accolades and what she's doing in the past, and what she's done in the past and what she's doing now. And she's as advertised. But she just missed a free throw there, which is, again, she's missed 2 tonight.
Rare sight right there. At the same time, a rare sight that the Bombers are almost down 20 points.
Yeah. To a team that's 1-3 on the season, and that's what the story of the night's been right there for Aaliyah Thompson. She's only got 6 and had a plethora of opportunities. We haven't been able to shake this right now, Brock. And the bad news is our schedule doesn't get any simpler moving forward as we get into conference play here.
And for the Wildcats on the other end, they got a lot to look forward to in this team this year. As Comito, another bucket for her in this 4th quarter of play.
You know, and here's one for all you basketball aficionados. The great John Wooden would always say, be quick, but don't hurry. Right there, Comito was quick, but not in a hurry. And that's just one of those things that you can't really teach that. You can, but you got to spend a lot of time on that hesitation dribble. And just, you know, we've in the world we live in, Brock, it's all about explosiveness and athleticism and things like that. But if you can play basketball with just a slight change of pace, you make yourself really good. And Comito's got that nice pace with which she plays with. Just enough hesitation, and she shoots it good enough to make people come out and guard her. But man, oh man, is she tough.
Levy missed the first free throw. Her second is also no good. Man, the Bombers just can't hit anything as there's a foul, or actually ball out of bounds. Oh, no, there was a foul. This was on Baumgartner, her 3rd. But either way, it's been all Wildcats tonight, and they have a lot to look forward to. They finished the 2023 year with Bondurant Farrar at Indianola and at Boone. And I know they started 1-3 on the year. They're going to go to 2-3, and they can very well be 5-3 by the time that the calendar flips over to 2024.
Yeah, absolutely. They play like this. It's they're going to be a tough matchup, and we talked about it. We touched on it earlier with Camito and with Pitts. They're kind of their two go-tos, but they've got some really nice players that just know their role. And this Nelson girl is battling against one of the top 10 players in 4A basketball and really kind of made it really tough on Aaliyah Thompson tonight. Drew a tough assignment and said, yeah, coach, let's do it. See what happens. And
Wildcats team has played amazing. They've held the Bombers to 11 points in the second half, only 6 this quarter.
Uncharacteristic to say the least, but hats off to the Wildcats and to this player right here as Camito's got 27 right now.
27, 12 in this quarter. 43 seconds left. Timeout called by Carlisle. 20-point deficit here. Bombers trail. Next game, play the Carroll Tigers, which is a very winnable game for sure. Bombers are going to look to bounce back on that one. Carlisle on the other end, they go home to play Bondurant Farrar, which is a very winnable game. The Bombers were able to beat Bondurant.
And that was one of those games that kind of hung around in the first half, and then the Bombers kind of pulled away in the second half. So you could see that very similar with the Carlisle Wildcats. But the thing about this game tonight, Brock, which is shocking, alarming a little bit, is the way that we shot the basketball. And we had a lot of good looks, a lot of good open looks, and then we kind of got out of sorts when shots were going down. And it's the rule of thumb for everybody, right? Is when the ball's going to the basket, it's a lot simpler game. But when it's not, you got to figure out other ways and kind of overcome that adversity. And we just didn't. We kind of got stuck, it felt like. And so we talked about taking the air out of the gym. And Pitts kind of did it in that second quarter. And then Camito just kind of did it the whole second half. She really she facilitated well and made some buckets. And
I'm excited to see what the final stat total is for all-around games for Pitts and Camito. Travel called there. It will be Bombers ball. Both of them have to be borderline double-doubles for sure.
Yeah.
And that's just credit to them on both ends. Camito had at least 3 or 4 steals in just this quarter alone.
Yeah,
so
we saw back-to-back there, and there was definitely a couple others. And just a really heady basketball player. Just really understands the game really well.
And off the steal from number 21, Olivia Freeman. It looks like the Wildcats will dribble it out here in what will be a 20-point win for Carlisle. Huge, huge win when it comes to conference play. Being able to beat Ballard is always a special thing for a program, especially a program trying to build up, and doing it at the hangar is a tough thing
on
to
the
do.
road. This is a great win for this young Carlisle team and Coach Flaws. So they may have just crossed over, right here. They may have gotten over the hump as far as what they think they can be and who they are. So kudos to them. Very well played game, and they've got a stud in Macy Camito. For sure.
Yep, 20-point loss for the Bombers. They'll be back in action this Friday at home against Carroll. We'll be on the call for that. We'll step aside for a little bit so the boys' teams can warm up for the latter half of this doubleheader here inside the hangar. For Tim Davis and producer Dan Ingram.